Lean on us.
We are here for you.
You matter.
You are not alone.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Not sure where to turn? The National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there for you 24/7. Call or text 988 or chat at 988sc.org. Whether you're having an emergency or you know someone who needs support now, they can help you take the next step towards finding hope and healing.
There is hope. 988sc.org.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Hey, it's Jim Chapman reminding you that if you have not heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. 1, it's free. 2, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. 3, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's really everything you need to make a podcast in only one place. It makes it easy, folks. So do me a favor, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi, this is Tiffany Seacard with Home Key Mortgage, and you're listening to Local Leaders, the podcast. Every business owner has a story. Let Jim Chapman tell yours.
Massive growth over the past 10 years, from large neighborhoods popping up in what used to be sparsely populated parts of the parish, and roundabouts being added to what used to be low traffic areas. With population growth comes new business to the parish that adds to the convenience of not having to drive into neighboring parishes to go to the mall, for example, or go see the latest movie. Many of these new businesses are first for our parish, and my guest for today is no exception. For the first time ever, Livingston Parish residents will not have to leave Livingston Parish with some amazing images of your newborn, courtesy of the top-rate technology and equipment at Look at Me 4D Imaging. We have Miss Anna Bass and her husband Ross here to tell us all about this amazing new business right here in Livingston Parish. So welcome to both of you to Local Leaders, the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So before we jump into your business and all the great things that you're going to do for Livingston Parish, I want to get a little background on you, Miss Anna. You were born and raised right here in LP?
Yes, graduated from Jones Springs High School.
Go Jackets.
Yes.
My Walker friends will love that.
I'm a Walker Wildcat. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Class of 99.
There you go. So you were born and raised here. You went to Denham High.
Yes.
You grew up in Walker?
Yes, sir. Denham Springs, south of the interstate, off of Joe May Road. So born and raised. Yes,
yeah. So both of y'all are LP folks.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Now, your business, Miss Anna, is very specialized. It's a specialized field, right? It requires a lot of education behind it. Give us kind of a rundown of your education after you graduated from Denham High and how it directly relates to what you're doing now.
So I've stayed in the medical field. I went to Our Lady Lake College first and went and got my x-ray certification, got registered. And before even finishing x-ray school, I knew that I wanted to specialize in ultrasound. So I went to the Institute of Ultrasound Diagnostics in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
And it only took 1 year to specialize since I had my x-ray license.
Okay.
And got registered in OBGYN and been doing OBGYN since then.
Yeah. So a lot of people may not realize the amount of education that you have to go through to go into those specialized fields like what you're doing. And so it's very important that the people know that you've been doing this. How long have you been in this field total?
So I started working at Woman's in 2011.
Yeah.
And have stayed at Woman's since 2011. So
wow.
10 years.
Yeah.
Just doing ultrasound.
And my wife also works at Woman's Hospital. She's a lot of people know her that listen, and she's a little ball of energy. I think all you ladies over there at Woman's Hospital are.
Bunch of superheroes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'll tell you, they are heroes. There's no doubt about that. So, now with any business, the support of family is very important, right? Ross is here with you today, your husband, which is obviously a huge sign of support. Tell me a little bit about your family. I do want to mention that I loved your answer when I asked about your hobbies, to which you stated, good question, mainly centered around the kids' hobbies, and I can relate to that, trust me. So tell me a little bit about your family.
So like you said, my wonderful husband is here today, Ross. He's my biggest cheerleader with this new business.
Yes.
And also we have 3 beautiful, wonderful children. I have Brooke, who is 7. I have Davis, he's 3. And I have Briggs, and he's 1.
Oh, I love the names.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, so family's really important. And like I said, without Ross, he's made this possible.
Yeah. And Ross, I mean, you are her biggest cheerleader. I talked to you on the phone, and it's very important to have, the support, especially when you're venturing into a new business, because the last thing you want is conflict with your family, right? You're already,
absolutely,
maybe a little stressed out, and you've already got 100 things going on. And so very good. Very good. Glad to see you here, sir.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, your job history also directly relates to what you're doing now with Look at Me 4D Imaging, which a great name, by the way. And I do want to talk about how you came up with the name at some point. Not yet, but I want to move along to the idea of how the business came up initially, which I believe was pre-flood, was it not? When you first started kind of thinking about doing something like this. Ross, I want you to kind of jump in here for a second. Tell us how the flood affected those business plans with regard to the business.
So, yeah, our 2016 is probably written much like many others listening and viewing and watching. And, it was a tremendous tough year for everybody, and we were no different. So we had aspirations of, Anna kind of come up with the idea of potentially venturing out and doing it on her own and, doing her own ultrasound business. And I fully supported the idea. And, we were in a position financially and, kind of, I think at that time we had 1 child. We had Brooke. Davis was still a thought, and so was Briggs. And 16 for us was crazy. Anna, part of her personal testimony is she miscarried a baby in June. So that would have been our 2nd child. So that was tough. And then, of course, in 16, well, know what happened there. We flooded, not in a flood zone like most others, without flood insurance like many others, and received 3 feet of water. So that was, immediately our priorities shifted and changed. We had a plan, and it realized quickly that plan pivoted, and that mainly went back to trying to find somewhere to live, get a house back together. Thankfully, we only had 1 child at the time, and and hats off to family members and friends who really poured in and helped, because that's really what it was. It was the sense of community.
Yeah.
And with that, those plans changed. Those plans went on the back burner. We become the proud owners of an SBA loan, like many others. Rebuilt our home and subsequently sold it, rebuilt again. But yeah, it was tough, and it changed. The 16 kind of reshaped that forecast.
Yeah.
And it was only up until this point where we've kind of been able to get our, no pun intended, head above water, where we could look around and say, okay, I think now is a good time to bring this forward. It's either, it's almost like having a child, right? People will tell you, I'm going to wait till everything's perfect and I got this and I got that. And you set all these benchmarks, and there's really no perfect time to do anything. It's just you got to jump in and go.
From humble beginnings in 1989, Big Mike's has long been a place for friends and family to gather for lunch, dinner, and drinks. Big Mike, Jocelyn, and their friendly staff invite you to come in and relax in one of their spacious dining areas, or watch a game on one of the big screen TVs. Big Mike's is a place to meet old friends or make new ones. Big Mike's offers daily and nightly specials, and they specialize in serving up delicious and fresh menu items. Big Mike's offers a catering menu for large groups and has private party rooms for up to 100 guests. Whether you're planning a quick lunch or a large family dinner, or just a night out with friends, Big Mike welcomes you to experience a great time. And don't forget to grab some t-shirts, caps, or koozies in the gift shop. Oh, or a bottle of Big Mike's Honey Dijon. It's delicious. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. We're kind of a big deal.
That's a great way to put that, and accurate. The flood, of course, like you say, 90% of us affected, and it wasn't just an inch of water; it was feet, and that will really put a lot of things on the back burner. And it seems like from that, I do find that this is about the time that everybody's kind of getting back in their comfort zone. So I'm glad to see, that this dream didn't go away. Right? Because it could have. Some people could have said, now I've got a flood and I'm just going to give up on this. And then they get lost in life, so to speak, and never really go back to that pre-flood dream. So I'm glad to see that. Good for both of you. Miss Anna, my question to you would be, eventually after the flood, you ended up going to another state. Tell us kind of about that.
So Ross got transferred for a corporate job with 3M.
Yeah.
And so as
it's a
family,
small company.
Very little company, 3M. You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
yeah. So as a family, we decided it was best, as a family for us to move to Minnesota. And
Burr.
Yes.
That's the first thing I think of.
Very cold.
Minnesota.
Yeah. And allow his career to grow.
Yeah.
Even though I had a hard time leaving Women's Hospital and leaving my career, I loved doing ultrasounds, and that was a struggle. He was unsure if I was going to be okay with leaving my career.
Yeah.
But I knew his career was important, so we followed him to Minnesota for him to do so. And after a year, this time last year, we were moving. I decided it was time for us to come back to Livingston Parish, raise our family.
Good decision.
And I decided at that time, let's open up our own 3D 4D business.
Very good. And it's interesting that so there's you supporting him at this point. And it's hard for anybody to leave home, right? I'm sure it was hard for him to leave home because you're not just leaving careers, you're leaving friends, you're leaving family, you're going off to a strange area like Minnesota, which is different than Livingston Parish.
We were strangers in a strange land, and to paint a little context around that. So with COVID, again, many folks' 2020s probably look like many folks' 16s. With COVID being a blessing and both a curse, it allowed me to go up there. But after St. Patrick's Day, from the corporate office, they sent everyone home to work from home. Yeah. And with that being said, HR kind of pivoted at the first of the year, and they allowed folks, one hired from outside the company and stayed where she was, one stayed inside the company and stayed where she was, and my boss said, if you feel like at any time you ever would like to go back, because you can work from home.
Yeah.
Which was not the case when we first set off on the journey.
Right.
So yeah, I still have my position. I travel when needed and just, do my best to try to be a professional boy for the company. So.
There you go. I love it. So Anna, you're back home. You're an LP and you're ready to take the leap, right? Go into your dream of opening Look at Me 4D Imaging. A lot of decisions to make, including, and what I think is really the most important decision, where to put your business. Yes. Business owners, something that gets kind of lost in translation a lot of times is that business owners have to decide where do I want to put it? I think that's one of the most important decisions. Why did you choose Livingston Parish?
Well, we knew the business is not like a storefront business. Most expecting mothers find you on Google in the middle of the night when they can't sleep. They're looking, what's out there for their babies? What's out there for them?
Yes.
So we knew we could get in a location. We just needed a cozy home, location to put the business. And also we tried to find a location that was central to everyone in the parish, as well as Tangipahoa Parish, St. Helena, and all the surrounding areas. So we looked in Livingston at a few different shops, and we came to this one, and when we drove up to it, I knew it was perfect. We could have, the ultrasound room, the waiting room. We also have the little baby boutique. So it was just, the perfect spot for the ultrasound.
Yeah, it really is. I agree 100%. When I was researching, information for this podcast, I was checking out where you were located, and I'm like, man, that's a great location, right by the old courthouse.
Yes, right across from the old courthouse.
And very convenient, really, for anybody. I mean, whether you're in Denham or you're in Hammond, you're not far from Look at Me 4D Imaging. Now, how did you come up with the name?
Well, actually, I have to give credit to my mom.
Awesome.
We had a list of names that we had looked at and we talked about, and we were in the house with my parents, and my little boy kept saying, "Look at me, Mommy, look at me." And so we said, that is it. Look at me, 4D imaging. Because from the very beginning to your kids are grown, they're always say, look at me, look what I can do. And, with 3D, 4D ultrasound, they're wanting to show you how cute they are. Yeah. So from the very beginning, it's look at me and look how cute I am, Mommy.
Yeah, it really is the perfect name, in my opinion. So shout out to your mom.
Yes, without her,
good call. It's a great name, and it's funny, because you stress about those things when you have a great idea for a business. I know when I was doing this podcast, I was struggling for names. There was 4 or 5 I was kicking around, and I'm like, once I choose it, I choose it. There's no going back. Now you're making business cards. You're doing all these sorts of things. So good job. Now I want to dive deep into your specific business. For those, let's say, that have no idea what 4D, 3D, 2D imaging is, all those things, I want to talk about that and break them down. So let's start with the imaging process and discuss the differences in like 2D, 3D, and 4D.
So 2D ultrasound is your general black and white image that you see at a doctor's office. And then your 3D image is just your 3-dimensional, more realistic, like facial features of a baby. And then 4D is the baby in 3D in motion. You can see an actual yawn, the baby wiggling, moving their toes. You can see them sticking their little tongues out. And then also we have HD live, which is just a more realistic color. I think there's 123 colors in HD live, and it's just the most realistic form of ultrasound they have out there right now, that you can do comparisons when they're actually born to the ultrasound machine. We can put 2 images together, and you can really see the characteristics of the baby.
That is so interesting. Now, how long, you've been in this business a while. I'm sure technology has come leaps and bounds from when you started. And of course, you as an ultrasound tech, you had to kind of relearn as technology increased. What is this machine all of a sudden? How long has the technology been around for, like 4D imaging, for example? Has it been... I don't remember this being around when I had my kids. No, I'm pretty sure Wendy would have
done.
Yeah, she'd have been there every day.
Yeah, I think it's been around for a while, but the technology to make it more crisp has really
just come leaps and bounds.
Because
William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance in Denham Springs can service all of your insurance needs. Offering auto, life, health, and commercial insurance, William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance is a proud supporter of Local Leaders, the podcast.
I know 18 years ago there was a a place in Baton Rouge that did 3D 4D ultrasound. But like on our machine, we have something called the Silhouette. It's the greatest, latest technology, and it looks like a flashlight that you can move on the machine to get different angles of the baby. You can highlight their chubby cheeks. You can highlight the tip of their little cute nose or their chin. So the Silhouette, which we have on our machine, is the latest, greatest 3D 4D technology right now in the market.
Wow. It'll blow your mind, folks. And I do encourage anyone, go check out their Facebook. They got some pretty cool stuff on there with regard to these images that they're talking about. And I'm going to link, as we talk about everything in this episode, I'm going to link it where it just kind of pops up. So when you mention 4D, it's going to actually have an image that pops up of what it is. So early determination, let's talk about that a little bit. Early gender determination, you offer that service?
Yeah, so there's two different ways we can do it. We have something called Sneak Peek Clinical, which it's a blood draw that expecting mother can come in at 8 weeks. 8 weeks. Yes, we can get a little bit of blood, and the next day she can have the results by email.
That is so
as early as 8
awesome.
weeks. And then also at 16 weeks, we have a package called Pink or Blue, and expecting mothers can come in at 16 weeks. We can do an ultrasound to determine the gender of the baby, and we can announce it during the ultrasound, or we can put it in an envelope and they can go home and find out as a family.
Gender reveal, maybe. Yeah. And that's a huge thing right now. It's important to know that just because you get an ultrasound, you don't necessarily have to find out. If you don't want to find out, nobody's going to tell you. No. They can put it in an envelope and give it to the mother or whoever you want to have that. So you also offer some other unique services. I want to take these one by one. So tell me about Baby Boutique.
So our baby boutique is just a newborn baby boutique. We have blank gowns, onesies, hats that can be monogrammed. We also have some cute smock dresses for little girls. We have a few cute baby items. We have little booties.
Little booties?
Yeah, we have cute little girl baby bonnets.
Yeah.
Well, gender reveal supplies of all things. So
that's another thing that I saw you did offer, and it's important to note that you partner with other business, like for the monogramming.
Yes,
you partner with other local businesses, so you're kind of I love to see people partner with other business owners and other trades, and everybody kind of use everybody in a community. So that's a great thing. Keepsake heartbeat animals. Tell me about that. What is that?
So I have a big variety in there of stuffed animals, is what I like to call them. And what we do during the ultrasound is we record the baby's heartbeat and put it inside the heartbeat animal, and you can keep it for the life of
that's
the animal.
awesome.
Yeah, so it's just a great keepsake. You can always have your baby's heartbeat in utero and take it home with you.
Awesome. Great idea. So you can get, bonnets and booties and get these things monogrammed. You can also get these heartbeat animals. And I'm sure you're going to add to all of this stuff over time as well. Yeah. So several things separate your business, aside from the fact that it's available right here in LP for the first time, including the fact that you can start your 2D ultrasound packages at 7 weeks, as we discussed. What's typical in your industry for that? Is that typical everywhere?
It's not. So a lot of 3D ultrasound businesses start at about 13 weeks on. But I have expecting mothers coming in as early as 7 weeks to full term. So we have a package for every stage of their pregnancy that we've customized so they can see their baby whenever they like.
Look, they're excited, right?
Yes.
And no need to wait those 13 weeks. And so that's something that you can get right here in Livingston Parish now. Huge thing. Another thing that stood out for me was the speed in which you can offer appointments. No matter where you live, no matter what type of doctor you're calling or whatever, it's a month usually
Yes.
before you can get an appointment. I know I tried to miss one time, and my wife's like, "You can't get one for another 6 months if you." And what? Oh, wow. 6 months? I was just talking about tomorrow. But you offer same day and next day appointments, correct?
We do, and that's a good example. You're saying, if you had to miss your appointment, there's nothing for 6 months. Here at Look at Me 40 Imaging, if a dad has to miss an appointment, they can come see us same day or next day, and the dad can be involved in the ultrasound and get to see his unborn child.
Yeah. Stephanie Berthelot and the crew at SR Enterprise can handle it all, from sheetrock to texture to paint. Give Stephanie a call at 504-432-9284. SR Enterprise, where they spread the paint and you spread the word. Yeah, because us as dads, I know we get a bad rap sometimes, but we like this stuff too.
Yeah, you're just as important.
Yeah, we are just as important. That's right. Me and Ross we're solid on that.
Team blue.
That's right. So
and we've had lots of dads that have attended, and one of the cool things is, not jumping too far ahead, but if the dad is unable to attend or there's a relative, there's the kind of newer to the new kid on the block, Baby Flicks live streaming.
Yeah.
So we've had folks, one lady getting scanned and the husband watching from the live stream on the monitor on his cell phone at work.
While he was at work.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. You also bring up a good point in that sometimes things happen and you have to miss an appointment and pick an issue. You can remake that appointment pretty quick with you good folks. So that's a good thing. Now, all of these services you're offering, and you got to be like extremely expensive, right? This can't be cheaper than what people would think.
Well,
my brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
First package starts at $55, so it's very affordable, and then it goes up. Yeah, so $55, and it goes all the way up to $160, which is our Sweet Cheeks package, which is the 3D 4D HD Live package. And then also we have a bundle where you can see your baby 3 times during your pregnancy.
Love this.
And you have a savings of $45. So it's $265 for your entire pregnancy, and you get to see them at every stage.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, all your pricing is ultra reasonable. Before I kind of knew what your package pricing was, I was assuming, $500 or something like that. I had no idea it was as reasonable as it was. So the husbands are like that, and the wives,
Yes. So now they can tell their husbands what it really costs.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Good point. Now, with your business, the upfront investment from the business owner's perspective, it can be large. It's not, you have equipment that is not cheap to buy. It's and you didn't cut corners. That's impressive. So it's important to note you use the highest quality equipment in your industry, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, why? Why didn't you go a little cheaper?
Well, we got the Voluson, or the GE Voluson E8, which has the latest, greatest technology for 3D, 4D, HD Live ultrasounds.
Yes.
It has the silhouette package with it, which gives you some really define, you can really see those babies' cheeks and the character on, their face with a yawn or a smile. So we went with just the best machine out on the market so we can give moms the best images for their
absolutely
during their pregnancy.
Yeah, and it's good to know that you didn't cut corners. I mean, you really went out there and got the best you could get. Now, Anna, you're obviously a smart lady, right? I mean, you married Ross after all,
I try to remind her periodically.
I asked you not only, why you went into your field of choice, but also I want to know why you do it. I called this a why statement, and I put this on my questionnaire that I sent out. And yours was so good, I want to read it verbatim, okay? So I'm not going to ask you, repeat it off your memory. But I do want to read this because I think it's important why people are doing what they're doing, and this really spoke to me. So this is Anna who said this. Women and their family members need the opportunity to bond with their new baby and be given the opportunity to see miracle of life, growth, and development of their baby more than just early confirmation of pregnancy and an anatomy scan. During COVID, husbands, siblings, and family members were not allowed to attend the ultrasound visits in the medical setting. Very, very important, good point. It sheds light on the fact that I could provide the opportunity for everyone to experience the magic of seeing the new baby's growth and development and provide these images in living color and provide memories that will last a lifetime. It is nothing like getting to see your new baby smile, yawn, suck their thumb in utero and in high definition 3D, 4D, HD live ultrasounds, which we just talked about. After having my own 3 babies and losing one from a miscarriage, I personally acknowledge how important this step is to galvanize the bonding experience between mother and baby. Allow women the choice to see their baby when they want to, not just when they're told they have to. It's a fun, joyful experience for everyone to share, cut up, laugh, have a great time. Like a viewing room, pull up a chair and make your new baby the star of the show. Very good. Very strong. Make your new baby. I think meet your new baby. Yeah, we don't want making the new baby. That's a whole different business.
That's what got us there.
I just caught that. Yeah, definitely we're meeting them, not making them at 4D imaging.
That's the sister company.
Yeah, that's right. But very strong. And that's passion right there, right? You really love what you do.
I do. And when we were moved to Minnesota, that was one of our strong points of maybe not going because I didn't want to have to leave doing ultrasound. Even though I could go to Minnesota and do ultrasound as well, I just loved where I was at, and I loved the OBGYN part of it.
Yeah.
And I have a passion for it. And when we decided to come back home, I said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And just being able to customize the packages and getting to know the expecting mothers on a one-on-one basis. We schedule an hour out for the Sweet Cheeks package. And within that hour, we really get to know each other about, just laughing and talking about their baby. And the bonding experience just becomes so real.
Oh, it's huge. And I mean, Anna, you're there when they first see their baby. And some of these people, their first baby. So, I mean, that's kind of like, I'm sure, an emotional thing for everybody.
There's been many of joyful tears that are shed in that room.
Yeah, and I'm sure you love that.
Yes.
And so I wanted to read that statement because that is something that really speaks to who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. So thank you for that. I asked you what person had been an influence in your life and why. And you said, I would have to say without a doubt, my mother and father. They've always pushed my sister and I to reach our fullest potential and not let obstacles stand in the way. It's helped me develop my style of leadership. And I say that for 2 reasons. One, they might be listening and, so they're going to get the big M right now. Yeah, we raised her right. You're right. But also because it's important to credit those, that you feel have shaped you in a lot of ways. So shout out to mom and dad on
Absolutely.
that one.
If it wasn't for our parents, we would not be where we are today.
Yeah.
They've really pushed us, to where we are.
Yeah.
Go for your dreams and don't let an obstacle or something in front of you stop you from what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, challenges are there to be overcame, for all of us. So, and that's what you're doing right now. And you're already seeing success with it. Yes. And I'm so happy for that. Now, you're also a pretty good corporate citizen. You are a member of the Livingston Parish Chamber of Commerce. We want to mention that. Yes. So you're supporting your community and your fellow business owners with that. But you have some pretty good certifications. You're on the American Registry for Medical Diagnostic Sonography. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yes. Got that one right. The Society of Diagnostic Medical How did I say it the first? Yeah, that's what she said. And you're a member of Estroma Baptist Church. Very good. So I want to talk about the services you offer as far as your packages. So, we touched on these, but let's go a little bit into more detail. Tell me about Sweet Beginnings. What is that?
So Sweet Beginnings is from 7 to 12 weeks. So a mom, when she first finds out she's pregnant, makes an appointment. She can come see us, and we can see the baby as early as 7 weeks. And she will get to see the baby's heartbeat. Yeah. We won't hear the baby's heartbeat, but we can see the baby's heartbeat. So it's just being able to start at the very beginning of her pregnancy, growing that bond for her baby at just, looks like a little seed. Yeah. Then they grow into like a little gummy bear, and, they can actually see movement at about 9 weeks. So just during the Sweet Beginnings package, they can just start to see the development of their baby. Yeah.
Local Leaders, the podcast, is proud to support Mighty Moms. Mighty Moms is a community of ordinary people on an extraordinary mission to end childhood hunger in Livingston Parish. You can find out more information by visiting mightymomsgo.org. Yeah, and that's like 7 to 12 weeks is usually. Okay, and then you have the Watch Me Grow 2D ultrasound, which we talked about a little bit, and that's a 3.
Well, the Watch Me Grow 2D ultrasound starts at 13 weeks and goes to full term. And I like to call this the anxiety reliever package. So for moms that don't,
very good.
That just want that, I have to hear my baby's heartbeat. I want to see my baby moving, knowing that they're okay. They can come in as early as 13 weeks, and we can do it all the way to full term just for a quick, I just want to see my baby. Yeah. And so it's just a great package. If they don't want to do the 3D, 4D ultrasound, that day, they can call, say, come in. Let's, give you some relief, of seeing your baby so you can enjoy the rest of your pregnancy. And so that's why we have that package.
Very good. And then the pink or blue, which starts at 16 weeks.
Yeah, so that is our gender reveal package. Yeah. And we will do a quick 3D, 4D, little sneak peek if the baby's in the correct position. But yeah, for the pink and blue package, starting at 16 weeks, that is what you're going to have. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have the Sweet Cheeks. Yeah. So that's our big package. It's the 3D, 4D, high definition package. And that's where you get to see those, cute little chubby cheeks and really start seeing the features of your baby. Yeah. Yeah, and I refer to that as the Wendy Chapman package because that's the one my wife will get. There's no doubt about it. Oh, I want 4D. Yeah. What are you kidding? Yeah. She's going to love this episode. And you also have One Last Look 2D. Yes, that's from 35 weeks to full term. And that's just, sometimes moms need that one last push to survive the last month and a half of their pregnancy. If they can just see that their baby's, cute little face, that pushes them to, I can continue to do this until we get to the end of the pregnancy. So it's just like it says, one last look to check in on their baby and see how they're doing. Yeah, and you also have, I do want to mention this package because it's 3 packages in one. You can bundle and save, right? Yeah. So Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Great name for that one. Tell me about that. Yeah, so like you said, it's a bundle package. And we will do Sweet Beginnings, pink or blue, and Sweet Cheeks. It's
Yeah.
just the three main packages we offer into one.
Awesome. So you've really thought this out, and you've got not only some great names, but some awesome packages and a lot of options for these expectant mothers to really check out. So I'm also going to link, your website, those sorts of things. And I'm sure all this is on there for, or a little general synopsis of it, so people can also check that out. I want to mention that, or actually I want to repeat what you said on this. And it is, I asked you, what are some of the things about your field you feel are important to discuss that people may not be aware of? And you said, you have the choice to see your baby whenever you desire. Many mothers may not be aware of the services we offer. Perhaps they think ultrasounds can only be received, at the doctor and are medical in nature. We strive to bring the joy of pregnancy. This technology was not available back when you or I were born. It's a very good point that some mothers may only feel they can go only to their doctor to get ultrasounds, and you don't. You can go see them every day if you want to. Right. I mean, I'm sure that's an option, but you're right. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we really want to hammer down today is that you can see your baby whenever you want, as often as you want.
And that's what really brought light to this business is hearing women say it, I haven't seen the baby since my 20-week ultrasound.
Yeah.
Well, we can change that.
Yeah.
You can come in and see us whenever you would like, so you can watch your baby grow until they're born. And that's what really brought light to me wanting to open up Look at Me 4D Imaging.
Yeah, you're very passionate about it.
It's heartbreaking knowing they only saw their baby twice.
Yeah. So thank goodness you're here. And it's important to note that this is totally safe. These, don't be under a misconception, which some people might, that, that's too many ultrasounds. There's no such thing as too many, right? I mean, you're not doing damage by doing an ultrasound.
So the machine has settings to make sure that every ultrasound is safe. And we have the same ultrasound machine that your doctor's office has, but with just different applications or different
programming.
Programming to give us a better quality 3D4 imaging. We have different, just better applications that are for 3D, 4D ultrasounds.
Yeah. So very, very important to note that. I mean, you're getting the same type of machines and all those sorts of things. It's totally safe, FDA approved, all those good things. So no worries there. I asked you about your business motto, and you said, treat others how you would want to be treated. They may not always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. First class customer service is a must. I can't add anything to that. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a great motto. And very true. People do remember how you made them feel. So my point to that is when you go in and you see Anna and her staff over there, you're going to feel fantastic when you leave. I mean, they're going to make you feel just as you deserve, first class, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So in a beautiful setting over there, we want to mention that. And you can look at these pictures on your Facebook. But as we mentioned, you're right across from the courthouse in Livingston, and you have kind of a nice home. Would you call it a home feel to when you walk in?
Homey, spa-like. Everything from the waiting room is set up kind of like your living room. Nice lighting, comfortable couch. And then we have a beautiful baby boutique that's very soft, light pinks, blues. Everything's very antique in there. And then we set up the ultrasound studio for it to feel like you're at home.
Yeah.
Very comfortable bed, huge TV on the wall so you can view your baby without a problem. Just the family members have a nice couch to sit on and relax. Yeah. And so we just wanted everybody to feel warm and welcome when they come into the studio.
Yeah, and it sounds like you thought of everything. You even considered the dads. We love that, Ross.
Even considered the dads. Oftentimes we get forgotten. But,
Indeed.
She made sure that didn't happen. So
that's right.
Very, off.
Very good. And I did want to read some things on your referral partners. So this is very important to mention, that, I'm a big believer in referral partners and people that you kind of form a relationship with, and you help each other out, and you do all those things because you really feel they offer a service that's valuable. Midwives are very important to your business, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So any midwives out there listening, get in touch. Anna would love to meet you, talk to you, kind of show you around her place and all those sorts of things. I have to read this. This was just fantastic. This is right up my alley. And I just asked you, anything you feel you need to cover that we haven't, let's cover it. And you said, I now have a whole new level of respect for business owners, especially small business owners. You can be an excellent sonographer. I learned that word now, but didn't even hesitate. But the moment you become a business owner, you also become a manager. That is completely different experience. Each new day can come with new challenges, but we also have the opportunity to become better and more experienced problem solvers, learning from every opportunity. That is very well said. And, I have a lot of business owners on this show. I have one, Sebastian Alvarez, his family owns Alvarez Construction, just the other day. And he sat down and he told me they were not allowed to say the word problem in their house because the way they looked at everything was an opportunity for a solution. Nice. And so it's awesome that you feel that same way. I mean, you're right. These are challenges maybe, but they're also opportunities to find valid solutions to all these issues. And as business owners, that's all we're doing. We love those challenges because they create opportunities to get better. So awesome statement there. Tell me a little bit about your hours and all that sort of thing.
So we're open Monday through Saturday. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we're open from 10 to 5. Mm-hmm. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're open from 10 to 7, just to give working moms the opportunity to come in after work if they need to. And then on Saturdays, we're open from 9 to 3. And we're also doing the sneak peek clinical blood draws. Yeah. Only right now on Monday mornings from 8 to 11 because we have to have time to get the blood to the lab to get the results.
Okay.
By email next day.
Sure. So. And let's say I'm someone listening to this right now, and I'm ready to take advantage of all the services Look at Me 4D offers. Would I call you? Can I go to your website? Tell me kind of the process there.
So you can call or you can make your own appointment on our website at Look at Me 4D Imaging.
You can do that.
Yes.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, at the top of the website, it says book now, and it'll give you the description of all the packages. Mm-hmm. You click on it, and we have a very easy process. Look at the calendar, pick a time, and it will walk you step by step, and you can book. If there's any issues, give us a call and we can book it for you.
Yeah. And so it's like booking a trip to Disney World.
Yeah, it's easy as can be. Yep.
Sort of. Yeah, I love that. And of course, Black Sheep Creative, who yes. Sponsors our show, and just amazing people over there. Have done great work on your website. I've checked it out. So y'all go check out that website. There's a lot to offer on there. You can book your appointments. I know some people don't want to talk to people on the phone. They just want to book their stuff and get on with life. So Miss Anna's made it easy to Look at Me 4D Imaging. I can guarantee you that. Also, you have a Facebook. What's your Facebook address?
Look at Me 4D Imaging.
Very good.
Look at Me 4D Imaging. Trying to keep it.
Every episode I get that. Trust me. So I'm going to link it. No doubt about that. But I love doing that to people. I'm like, what's your, it's like asking your phone number. Everybody's like,
I haven't called myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, these days with cell phones, you don't even know anybody's number, right? It's crazy. So we really want to get behind, support this new business. It's right here in Livingston Parish. These are both Livingston Parish born and raised and all that good stuff folks, and they're good people. And the great thing is this has never been here before, folks. Never. So you don't even have to cross that bridge no more, right? Stay right here and get all your stuff done. You're supporting local business and you're supporting good people. So I will link all of your social media, your website, all of that to that video. Y'all go click and check it out, and make your appointments expectant, ladies. You know you want to see your babies every day.
Absolutely. And if you hit a stumbling block on the website, do not hesitate to call. We'll be happy to walk you through it. And even just had some moms, I'll try to grab the phone if I'm able and try to field the call. And most of them, I'm like, you know what? Hold on, let me let you talk to my supervisor here. So, so I'll have to get my manager on the phone. But no, please call. Many folks have called with questions, and happy to get those answered for you by all means. So.
Awesome, exciting, y'all excited. You have fun today.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Very fun. Yes.
Yeah. Good deal. So Anna and Ross, thank you so much for coming on. Now, like I said, I'll be linking all this stuff to the video, so check that out. Give them a like on Facebook. I want to thank everyone out there for viewing and listening to Local Leaders of the podcast. I do want to mention and say thank you to everyone who shares, comments, and subscribes to my podcast. And likes our Facebook page. Would y'all believe in a little over a year, we have eclipsed over 250,000 viewers of this podcast. Wow. This little podcast right here in Livingston Parish.
That's amazing.
It's really about folks just like you. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just kind of the vehicle to get your story out. But I appreciate y'all coming on, and I appreciate all my past guests, and hopefully we'll break a record with this one right here. Mm-hmm. I think it's a special episode. So I really want to thank you two. And all you listeners and viewers, from the bottom of my heart, I'm blessed to tell each and every one of you's story to business ownership every week. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe on all our social media platforms as we strive to find and shine a light on Livingston Parish businesses. Thank you to all my sponsors, including Premier Credit, Tricia Johnston Realtor, Big Mike's Bar and Grill, Yachts Plumbing, Alyssa Barrett, Interiors and Custom Workroom, Buddy's Barbecue, Sporting Center, Black Sheep Creative, SR Enterprise Painting, and William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance. I could not do any of this without all of you. Until next time, I'm Jim Chapman, reminding you to love your community, support local business, just like Look at Me 4D Imaging, and keep leading. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Black Sheep Creative understands the importance of digital marketing and your return on your investment. It's their aim to provide professional web and graphic design services at a price point that smaller businesses and startups can afford. Get in touch with them on the web at blacksheepcreative.com.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
We all love the Low-Country lifestyle, which is why we should do our best to protect it. To get insurance that helps you protect your home from whatever the Low-Country throws at you, contact CT Lowndes & Company today. Their local agents can review your coverage to help make sure you're properly protected. CT Lowndes & Company has been helping protect and insuring the Low-Country since 1850. Visit ctlowndes.com to learn more and request a quote. That's CTLOWNDES.com.